Alan Shearer questions Gareth Southgate decision after England lose to Italy, big ask. Alan Shearer questioned the decision of England to bring on Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho to take penalties in the Euro 2020 final shootout. Alan Shearer has called into question Gareth Southgate's decision to bring on two players at the end of extra time specifically to take penalties in the shootout. England lost the Euro 2020 final 3-2 on penalties to Italy on Sunday night following a 1-1 draw after extra time. Shaw and Leonardo Bonucci scored in either half of the first 90 minutes and neither country could find a winning goal in the extra half an hour. Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho both entered the action before penalties in order to take spot kicks for the Three Lions. But the Manchester United winger, and his soon-to-be new teammate both missed, with Rashford hitting the post and Sancho seeing his effort saved by Gianluigi Donnarumma. The Italy goalkeeper also denied Bukayo Saka in the decisive spot kick after Jordan Pickford had spectacularly saved from Jorginho to keep England in it. Yet Shearer felt Southgate was asking a lot of Rashford and Sancho to come on and score penalties in such a high-pressure situation. And former England striker Shearer said, "It's a big ask. A big ask to put two players on with a minute to go to say you're going to take a penalty for us. You're under enough pressure anyway as a player, but the extra pressure you've put on those individuals when you've had no feel of the football, not involved in the game at all, and then you're put in that situation. It's a big ask." The BBC pundit expressed sympathy for Rashford, Sancho and Saka and added, "Football is a cruel game at times, and now is one of those. Those boys have performed heroically for a month. Such a shame that it has to come down to a situation like this. We said beforehand it's a horrible situation to be in. It's amazing for Italy. I just feel for Rashford, Sancho and Saka. It's a lot for those young boys to take on in the future, and it's so cruel." But ex-Three Lions international Rio Ferdinand disagreed with Shearer and reflected, "That's happened for years. People have put players on. Maybe not as late, but towards the end, the last 5, 4, 3 minutes. Players come on this pitch and they go on as penalty takers because they're recognized. Rashford is a recognized penalty taker for Man United. This happens. We look down the years in tournament football and it's the biggest players, the best players in the world at times miss penalties. These are young kids. They've got to look at that. Big players in the past, Roberto, Baggio etc., have missed big penalties." Shearer then responded, "When you've not played a huge part in the tournament, though, Rio, or the game, then to come on and be asked for a minute. Mentally in that situation you've got to get yourself right. You've not kicked a football. You've been sat on your backside for 3 hours." Also sat next to Shearer and Ferdinand in the BBC studio was former England midfielder Frank Lampard, who said, "If there is one person or the right person to put his arm around them, it's Gareth Southgate, who has been there. For young lads like that, in the early stages of the careers, really talented players and a group that has tried desperately to bring football home, as we keep on saying. It's going to hurt. Nothing more I can say, it's going to hurt them. They stepped up, and credit for stepping up, showing that about themselves to do that. Football is so cruel." England's defeat to Italy was in the first major tournament final in 55 years, and they will hope to bounce back at the 2022 World Cup in 18 months' time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring a bell so you won't miss our next video. It was latest football news daily. Thanks for watching. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.